Turkey is willing to cooperate and, of course, recognize the Republic of Cyprus.
Your Excellency, you said that the EU analysis about the pipeline is not economic because of the depth of the pipeline in Greece.
I said that what is called the EastMed pipeline project that was submitted to the European Commission as a project, a joint project from Cyprus, Israel, and Greece. A few weeks before, there was the first results that they were announced in Athens, where the European Commission says that it's feasible, that it can be done.
Technically, but how about the cost?
I cannot tell you the cost. I don't have these details now, but if you want, I'm sure you. I mean, the results are. The European Commission is very transparent, and what they announced is very easy for you to track down. Thank you.
Doctor,
if I may add something.
Yes.
Well, I mean, the only field that is working in the region is the Leviathan field. Now we have the recent discovery of the Zohr field, and there is the Aphrodite field in the island of the Cyprus, in Cyprus, but I mean, we cannot say that there is an agreement among all the parties to how to export the gas. There are two possibilities. I mean, in the region, there are two countries who can consume this gas. First, Egypt, but after the discovery of the Zohr field, most probably Egypt will benefit from the Zohr field, for it is.
Your Excellency, I understand it. The U.S. is very much for the Israeli pipeline, and they want it to be a multiple, not only Israeli gas, but also Egyptian gas and other going to Turkey.
No, I mean, the commercialization of the projects will determine and the regional developments will determine the future of the export of the gas in the region. So Turkey, among all the options, Turkey seems to be the most feasible option, because Turkey is becoming a big domestic market. Our annual consumption is 50 BCM, and this will increase to 75 BCM by 2035. And Turkey offers the most feasible way, because we have already an pipeline infrastructure. But at the end of the day, it is not the governments who will decide, it will be the companies. Which project is the most feasible, commercial, in the eyes of the CEOs of the big companies, I mean, we'll go to that project. I mean, of course, everything is possible. You can make a pipeline all the way from here to Italy if you want, but if it costs like $50–60 billion, nobody will invest into that project. So the companies would, at the end of the day, will look at their profits, and they will make their decisions accordingly. Of course, the political developments will be a determining factor in the coming months and years. Unfortunately, there is the Cyprus problem. It is true that the negotiations have now in a deadlock position, but I'm not going to make a blame game, who did this, who did that, and there is no Turkish Cypriot in this room to answer the Greek Cypriot friend. But this issue is on the table since 1960s, and it is time to resolve it. The last time, on 2004, it was put to a referendum. The Greek Cypriots said no, Turkish Cypriots said yes, but unfortunately it was not solved. Now we have a chance, and I really would like to hope that there will be a solution. And the concept of the idea is to make another referendum under the auspices of the United Nations. So we would like to see another referendum in the island. And after that referendum, if it comes another no, then maybe perhaps we have to think of another solution. because the modalities we've been working on for the last 40, 50 years is not working then if this negotiations will collapse. So I like to be positive and I like to be optimistic for the future. But my overall point is that I mean energy can bring all parties together. But the decisions at the end of the day will not be political, but also depends on which project will be the most feasible, commercial, and which project will be the most, bring most benefits, profits to the countries and companies. Thank you. No, our position, I mean, we are against any action by the Greek Cypriots to do something on the exploration and exploitation. Yes, I mean, we objected to the third licensing, and the Turkish ministry and the Turkish Cypriots made a number of statements. Our approach is that we should leave this after the settlement. So the settlement will be either be a federal government or another type of settlement. But I don't want to get into discussion with my Greek Cypriot friends, because they have their own views. Maybe Tarık will do another seminar and we'll discuss in detail. Thank you.
If I just can say something, I don't want to go into discussion, and I remain hopeful that we could reach a settlement in Cyprus. But on the issue of exploration, exploitation, I mean, this is the sovereign right of the Republic of Cyprus. Cyprus is exercising the sovereign rights of a state, as I mentioned earlier. So we proceeded on the third licensing round, and we will proceed accordingly as we think it's the best interest of the Republic of Cyprus. Thank you very much.
Mr. Chairman, I have one question and one comment. The question is addressed to the two excellencies, the ambassador of Cyprus and Turkey. I understand that the exploitation of extraterritorial resources in Cyprus needs the approval of the two republics in Cyprus, which makes it somewhat difficult. I also understand that some of the negotiations are going under the auspices of the United Nations to reunite the two parts of the two republics in Cyprus. My question is to what extent Turkey and Greece are agreeable to these negotiations, and why this sudden renegotiations. I hope they do succeed in that, but it depends to some extent, especially on the stand of Turkey. That's my question. My comment is about the private sector and the investment in oil and gas. First, the size of investment العفو هذا سميتين عربي حجم الاستثمارات مطلوبة في هذا القطاع أكبر كثير 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 من إمكانيات القطاع الخاص العربي. السبب الثاني البيئة العربية اللي هي المواتية للاستثمار والقطاع الخاص. من حق القطاع الخاص يطمئن إلى مستقبل الاستثمار، ولكن طالما في معظم الدول الأنظمة العربية سميت دول لا يوجد هناك فصل بين السلطة التشريعية والسلطة التنفيذية، ويمكن القطاع الخاص يصبح عليه صبح ويشوف تشريعات جديدة تؤثر مسارته ولم يكن له أي رأي. هذا يخلي القطاع الخاص في بعض المجالات رغم الإمكانيات محدودة لأنه يتردد كثيرا في الاستثمار في هذا القطاع. العامل الآخر لضد الاستثمار ما تسمى الدول العربية في الوطن الحاضر سوق محدود جدا، وأحيانا لا يتسع لأكثر من شركة أو شركتين، وبالتالي هناك نوع من الاحتكار يسمى احتكار القلة والكبر. وعندنا تجارب كثيرة في بعض الدول العربية منها العراق إلى آخره، أنه رغم التشجيعات الكثيرة اللي أعطيت للقطاع الخاص في الصناعة التحويلية وغيرها، لكن كان هناك استغلال وفساد في القطاع الخاص لا يقل عن فساد القطاع العام. لا يمكن الكلام عن استثمارات القطاع الخاص في هذا المجال ما لم نتكلم عن البيئة العربية، وما لم تكن هناك ديمقراطية حقيقية، وهناك فصل تام بين السلطة التشريعية والسلطة التنفيذية، وأن يكون
I don't think we should turn this discussion into what is going on. On the talks, I think I underlined that our wish is to have a resumption of talks, and that could lead to finding a solution to Cyprus. Just one comment I made it before. You said something. There's only one Republic of Cyprus, but I don't think we should discuss it anymore here. Thank you.
If I may just add, the role of Turkey and Greece. Turkey, Greece, and United Kingdom are the guarantors of the system. And the idea is, as for the next steps, if there is an agreement in the ongoing talks, the next step will be to organize a multilateral meeting with the participation of Turkey, Greece, and United Kingdom, and to finalize the agreement and to put it into a referendum. And also the remaining issues is now the territorial arrangements and also the security and guarantees, which has to be discussed as well. This is my personal opinion, which I would like to state. We want a unified Cyprus as well. That is what we want. Because in the island, it's not the Greek Cypriots living. The Turkish Cypriots are also living on the island, and they want to share the power. We want a similar arrangement like you have in Lebanon, different communities. They should have an equal saying in the administration of the state. At this moment, the Turkish Cypriots has no saying in the in the island. That is the problem. I sincerely believe that if there is to be a unified Cyprus, it has to be an equal rights sharing, and that is what Turkey and the Turkish Cypriots wants. And within this framework, of course, natural resources are very important. But I don't want to go into the details, but I just want to join all those in this room aiming, hoping for a solution in the island of Cyprus. If there is no solution, then my thinking is that we should change the parameters and look for another parameters if the two sides do not want to unify. Thank you.
Just to say, I'm encouraged that you're saying that Turkey is working and wants a solution to the Cyprus problem. What you have said about power sharing, of course, there in the discussions, the chapter of governance is one of the chapters discussed between the sides, and there is agreement on a lot of issues there. So hopefully we will find a settlement soon.
It's a question for Excellency Ambassador of Turkey. You mentioned how well connected Turkey is to the country with the largest gas reserve in the world, being Russia, and the additional expansions currently working on, or both countries are working on. I didn't hear you also very well connected with the second largest or richest country in gas reserve, which is Iran. And I didn't hear you say much about this. Would you be kind enough to comment on that and what further expansions you may have?
I'm not an energy expert, but as I said, we also do receive gas from Iran as well. The gas comes from Turkey, from Iran, especially the East Corridor from Azerbaijan, and also from Russia, for the time being.
Basically, I want to...
Can I go back to the slide?
If you were kind enough to perhaps comment that in light of your connection with the two largest and richest countries in gas in the world, being Russia and namely and also Iran, does Turkey really need further gas from?
Yeah. Go back to the Turkey's consumption. Yeah. No, this is crude oil. The previous one. The pie chart. Yes. So Russia is the first supplier to Turkey, and the second is the Iran. And the third, Azerbaijan, Algeria, Nigeria. Other stands for the LNG that we receive from Qatar. So we have a pipeline from Iran coming into the territory of Turkey. So we are also consuming the Irani gas as well. But as I said, it's not good for any country to get gas from one supplier. So diversification of the sources are very important, and that is what we are trying to do. And in my presentation, my point was that the East Med gas, Turkey can be a customer to the East Med gas, but and that could diversify the Turkey's resources. But we can get gas from other countries as well. It is the market conditions. For further details, I'm not in a position to say, how we get the gas or the routes, but this is more or less the framework. Thank you.
شكرا. دراسات الفلسطينية على تنظيم هذه الندوة، ومسرور جدا أن أشارك فيها وأستمع إلى كل هذه الآراء وأود أن أتوقف إلى ما تفضل به الدكتور نصير قيد. شكرا. فيما خص التعاون الإقليمي بالنسبة للغاز، الموضوع موضوع إقليمي ويحتاج إلى تكامل في هذا الموضوع، والقطاع الخاص يرحب بذلك، ولكن كما لاحظت من السلايدز الآن ولكن القطاع الخاص، ولكن فماذا كلمة ولكن؟ يعني أنا مع الحكومات قد تلاقي صعوبة في إيجاد نوع من التكامل والتعاون الإقليمي لأسباب نعرف، ولكن القطاع الخاص يحب أن يجد مثل هذا التعاون، خصوصا أنه معني أساسا في الكلفة، وبالتالي توسيع الإنتاج وزيادة الإنتاج وتوزيعها على المستهلكين. فإذا كان ممكن للدكتور نصير أن يشرح لنا أكثر في هذا المجال.
شكرا على السؤال. يعني حكينا تركيا وقبرص ونحكي هلا شوي الإقليم. شكرا على السؤال. قبل كل شيء بدي أعمل تعليق. لا أنا بآمن وخاصة بالميد ستريم والداون ستريم يكون القطاع الخاص يكون له دوره. والأرقام اللي أعطيتها أرقام تقريبية للمرحلة الأولى، الكونتنجنسي عليها 50% لأنه ما في عندنا معلومات للمرحلة الأولى. يعني المرحلة الثانية مرحلة 24 مليون و36 مليون و80 مليون بلنا أكثر وأكثر وأكثر، وفي إمكانيات إن كان تقنية أو إدارية أو أموال. يعني حتى نحن بنشوف بلبنان إنه أموال المصارف 200 مليون 200 عفوا مليار، حتى أدمانة قوية ما عم بقدر ألفظها، يعني 200 مليار، وفي أموال كتير ضخمة. لكن بدنا نشجع المستثمر، وهيدا هون السؤال. مشان بعدين بدي أحكي عن التكامل بين الدول. تشجيع المستثمر والمستهلك بنفس الوقت بدهم ضمانات. فمشان هيك تحديث الإدارة يلي صار. ناخد المثل الأوروبي بعد الثمانينات. بتقولوا لي طيب معه هيدي أوروبا مش العالم العربي، طيب شو بنعمل؟ هيدا المثل الموجود قدامنا. مثل الأوروبي بعد الثمانينات تسكير كل الإدارات وإبدالها بوكالات مستقلة عن السياسة وعن القضاء، والقضاء المستقل وبعرف شو مع محاسبة. هذا اللي صار. فمشان هيك أنا بقول ولكن إنه إذا عملنا أول خطوة إطار قانوني حديث عصري شفاف، إذا عملنا سلطات ناظمة، سلطات رقابية مستقلة عن السياسة، ساعتها فينا نقول للقطاع الخاص أهلا وسهلا تعمل هالشغل. وإذا ما عملنا هيك أنا لا أعتقد أنه القطاع العام عنده إمكانيات يوصل الكهرباء والغاز على البيوت صراحة. هلأ بالنسبة للاتفاقات أو البينية بين الدول، تنتذكر كمان وحدة المناجم والبلاد بين فرنسا وألمانيا روبرت شومان 1951. بتعرف شو كان فيها؟ شغلات فظيعة. إذا سكر المنجم بنجارلبن لأسباب صار في طوفان مي والعمال ما عم يشتغلوا وما عم نقدر نبعت فحم لبرا، بيروحوا بيشتغلوا بمنجم الألزاس بفرنسا، وانتوا يلي فرنساوي بتبعتوا محلنا الكميات لبرا. بعد صارت هيدي بعد حرب عالمية طاحنة، بعد ما وصلوا الألمان احتلوا كل فرنسا، وآخر شيء شو عملوا؟ اتفقوا على هالشي. نحن نبلش هيك انه يابا اذا بمدينة درعا الحقل اللي بيمولها بالغاز فضي ديبليتد، نقدر نحوله من حقل يلي بحصبية او الحقل يلي بشرق العراق. هيدي هي الفكرة، وعلينا نطبق القواعد المهنة بالعالم فقط، وبكل بساطة نوصل لهالشي. في عندي تعليق خاص. إذا في فعلا وصلنا لهيدي هالمرحلة من التطور والعلاقات البينية القريبة، أتليست بالاقتصاد بالإنرجي، ما بدي بالسياسة، أنا بأكد للسفيرة القبرصية وللسفير التركي إنه الوحيدين اللي بيقدروا يبنوا الأنبوب المشرق أوروبا هن هيدي هالوحدة النفطية، لأنه الشركات اللي لم تستثمر هون هي اللي عم بتبيع بأوروبا، وهيدي نسيتوها أنتم بحديثكم. هي اللي عم بتبيع باوروبا، وهالشركات هي اللي عم تستثمر بالعراق وسوريا وبلبنان، وهي اللي عم بتبيع النفط والغاز بمحطات البنزين. فهن الوحيدين القادرين يدفعوا ال20 مليار دولار سعر قسم الانبوبه اللي بيروح على اوروبا. نحن عملنا له دراساته بقلب الهيئه سعاده السفيره، وصلنا لارقام اكبر من هيك، خاصه بس نروح بين اليونان وايطاليا. لكن فيزبل، انا معك، والوحيد القادرين هن الشركات المستثمره عندنا بهالمناطق، لانه في 200 تي سي اف، بس يكون في 200 تي سي اف في يدفع 20 و30 مليار حق البرميل، بينما بس يكون في 3 تي سي اف بافروديت او 10 تي سي اف هون ونصهم لازم يروح للدوميستيك، ما في اعمل هالبايب. وشكرا.
شكرا جزيلا. برفع الجلسة للغدا. الغدا I'm talking about lunch. Lunch will be served at the Olive Garden restaurant, which is at the lobby level. We'll have to take the elevator. We're on C level. We have to go to L level, up or down, I don't know. L level and have lunch. الغدا لكن بأوليف جاردن ريستورانت بالمستوى L من هذا الفندق. شكرا لكم.